Hey everybody, and welcome to my third edition. And for today's video, we're going to be talking about the importance of room calibration and how to measure your room. For an example, imagine you're talking on the phone with your friend and you walk from the living room, go to the kitchen and then to the bathroom. You'd find a difference in the way you speak. How does that happen? And for today, we have a guest here. His name is Sanjay Stevens. And hi Sanjay Stevens, welcome to the show. A little bit about Sanjay Stevens is he's a producer, mix and master engineer, and also a guitarist of the band named Brahma Approaches. Sanjay, we are so super happy to have you here, and we hope to clarify a lot of doubts. Having a basic home studio is a big problem, and all the jazz about soundproofing, and then we come across acoustic treatment. You tell me, what is the importance of having to measure your room, and what is room calibration basically? If you can tell us about how it is and how it works, we'd be more than happy to hear.
Okay, so thank you first of all for having me here. So basically, every room has a sound, and it could be a room could sound good, a room could sound bad. And I know now that there's a lot of home studios and coming up, and a lot of people are getting into like making music from their bedrooms. And room calibration and room correction plays a very big role in like making us get a professional sounding record, because you can't, like, not a lot of people can have like treatment like how you have treatments and all, because like me myself, I don't have treatment in my room. And so that's where room correction plays a huge role. So basically it helps you measure your room, and it helps you flatten the bumps and valleys and all that. So yeah, so with a little money you can always get a better result while mixing and mastering.
Oh, sweet. So you're telling me that you don't need to invest a lot of money in order to build a studio at home, and there are small ways that you can come together and somehow fix the errors in the room and then work around your way to, say mix and master and do production.
Yeah, definitely. So I would say treating your room is very important. So this is in no way going to replace treating your room. Treating your room with like panels, acoustic panels and all that is really important. But if you don't have the opportunity to treat your room, or like for example, if you're always moving, if you're living in an apartment and you need to keep moving places, you can't ideally have like panels and you can't carry that around, right? So that's where room correction comes into play. So you can just measure your room and then just like correct it, and then you can continue doing your music. So this is just going to help you take your music to the next step, and it's not going to, and you can't give a reason saying I don't have like a acoustically treated room.
Wow, so that's some wonderful information, guys. So let's get on to the interior aspects about room calibration. So as previously you explained about what it is, but I would like to know in depth about you're saying room calibration. What exactly does it do?
So
what do you do basically?
Okay, so so I've bought this. And this is not really expensive, this is really cheap. This is a measurement mic. So this is the Behringer ECM 8000. You get this for 4,000 Indian rupees, and it's pretty affordable, and you can buy it if you're like really interested in this. So what this mic does, it's going to measure your speakers. So, and you'll need a software that goes along with this. So right now for today's experiment, we're using the IK Multimedia's ARC 3. So basically what that does is, this mic has a calibration file. We're going to feed that into the software, and the software is going to emulate different sounds that's going to help this mic measure the environment with different positions. So you'll see that later on. But yeah, that's basically the function of this.
Wonderful. So I think we're going to be doing a small sample so that people would understand about how you can measure your room.
Yep.
And then with whatever resources they possibly have, they can make the best use of it and get a home studio running, and they can start working more on their mixing and mastering, and to develop their skill rather than concentrating on the fault of the room.
Exactly. So that's not going to be a block to your musical endeavors anymore.
Interesting, guys. So I think it's time to go and check out about how this mic works, and let's do a small test run and see. And if you're interested, please hold on to the video and let's check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Okay guys, so this is arc 3. So basically what you'll have to do is you'll have to measure the room through 3 layers. The first layer is where you place the mic 15 centimeters below the ear level. So once you do that, you have 7 different points where you need to place the mic, and the software will emulate a few sounds which will help it measure what the mix position sounds like. So after you record all the 7 points at layer 1, you move on to layer 2 where you place the mic at your ear level, and again you do the whole 7-point measurement thing. And finally you move on to layer 3 where you have to place the mic 15 centimeters above your ear level. So basically below at your ear level and above your ear level we'll have to do 7 points each. So basically that's 21 points in like total. So what this does is it helps the software to emulate a EQ curve of how your room sounds at your mix position. So once we finish all these 3 layers, it will give us an EQ graph. So once you finish doing all the measurement, you'll have to save that profile, and you'll have to open arc 3 on your DAW and load that profile, which will show you the EQ curve of your room. So basically now you see the green line that's shown here, that is how the room sounds, and the orange line is the correction that's been applied. So I have set the target as flat so that I can get a flat sounding room in my mix position. So you can load different profiles, you can set the target to different EQ curves. You can also emulate the software to sound like a Yamaha NS10. You can emulate it to sound like a laptop, like a smartphone. So basically what this does is it helps you reference your mix, and it helps you get an understanding of how your mix sounds in different environment like the phone, the laptop, etc.
Alright guys, I think this is how you measure your room, and this is all about room calibration. It's a small gist about it. If you're interested, you can drop him a DM on any of the social media handles, and if you have any doubts about it. Thank you so much for coming in today's show. And so guys, if there's any questions, you can drop off in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. This is me, Sanjay Sugumaran, and this is
Sanjay Stevens
signing off. Thank you.
Thank you.